Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the new C-Day Walrain here in Great League, and we have a very interesting team here. We also have the Shadow Walrein and not the normal Walrain. We have the team that basically got me to Legend already season 6 I think it was, but we exchanged the Bastion in the bag with the Walrain as the anti-fly on this team. If you don't have this specific team, like I can give you some other Pokemon or other teams that you can run later on in this video. I'm just gonna start talking a little bit about Walrain itself. And yeah, this thing basically looked already before like one of the best C-Day Pokemon that we ever had in terms of PvP. And what I've seen from the 12 games I played now with this thing is that it's definitely like this thing is completely busted. It's so amazing. Like literally, it's so good. I think the Shadow version is actually way better than the normal version in Great League. That's my opinion. Other people think a little bit differently because of the extra bulk or whatever. But I see like so many times where I won games here where I just farmed down stuff which I would have definitely never been able to farm down at the normal version. And I never really had the problem that I didn't take hits good enough. We had some lag in those games as well, which was of course kind of unfortunate, but also like not that surprisingly, as we have the C-Day going on, and during C-Days it's always a little bit laggy. But yeah, what can I say, like 10-2 and out of 12 games with a team like where I haven't played this team before, and I haven't like played Walrain of course before because it just got released. What a surprise. And yeah, here was a game actually I lost. I kind of thought of baiting there and was like, okay, now I'm gonna bait, and it's kind of locked in my Earthquake already, which was kind of annoying, and this is kind of how I lose now, because I don't get to the Earthquake anymore, and I got hard countered. In general, I got hard countered a lot of times and still won, because Walrain is completely amazing. Like, literally, I lost, I think, 10 out of those 12 leads. Yeah, I would have easily won this if I just went for the bait there, which I actually wanted to do, but I was already locked in when he threw his move. So happens. But yeah, here again, Altaria lead pretty bad, but we can go for one Ice Punch, swap out, have the Walrein still in the deck, maybe can farm down later. He goes into Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn against Lickitung is actually not the worst matchup for the Lickitung. But if you don't have a Lickitung, but you maybe have a Sableye, you can also swap the team a little bit around and play the Sableye as a safe swap, put the Medicham in the bag, and have the Walrein in the lead. Kinda still a little bit problematic against Charm users. That's why like Bastion is usually a little bit better with this team then, because it also defeats those Charm users, but still should work as an anti-flyer. And yeah, Walrein in general, such an amazing Pokemon. It's just like such a neutral Pokemon. You can play this thing in literally every position in the field. Like you can use it in the lead, you can use it as a safe swap, you can use it in the bag. Here we have it as a closer in this team. But I think it's like really good in every position, maybe as a safe swap even a little bit better, because right now people are still surprised, like people don't know. Look at this match, by the way. I had to predict that he goes into the Altaria so I can KO it. He had like a lot of energy on this thing. We still get to the Earthquake in time. Gonna KO this Medicham as well, and the Walrein completely swept my opponent. Bye bye. This thing was just amazing. Here again, negative lead. Like we had so many Skarmories against us as well with this team, which looks kind of tough on paper because my lead loses against it. Lickitung kind of loses against it. And Walrein is also only neutral, but it worked out still pretty well. Here I saw my opponent having Skarmory in the lead, having this as a safe swap, and I was like, oh, someone plays Caleb's Season 1 line, which was like Meganium in the bag. So what I did there, I think, was now keeping some, yeah, okay, I don't get to the Body Slam here, it's fine, I got the shield advantage already. What I'm gonna do now is go into my Medicham, get a hit of him, take the hit here and swap out immediately and farm up extra energy, expecting another Grass Type in the bag. And he goes into the Skarmory, it looks already a little bit promising. And he goes into the Meganium. And here is, I think, a reason why I think Shadow is better. You can go for one Icicle Spear and you can farm all the way down easily. I think maybe it's also possible with normal, where I see that right now with your shield ones. But like the damage in general, I definitely recommend Shadow if you can do it. Like normal is still fine, but I think Shadow's better in general. Like it just like chunks way more. Like I wouldn't be able to KO the Skarmory there definitely before it gets to a move if I wasn't Shadow already. But yeah, definitely a Pokemon that you should try to get right now. Like go outside or use Instance. Instance should be also enough. And get one for Ultra League and also for Master League. For Ultra League, be careful that you have an IV spread that doesn't need XL Candy, because the best possible spread is 0-15-15. That goes to 39.5 as a level. And you don't want to be at like 40.5 with like, I don't know, like 0, 10, 10 IV spread or something like this, because then you cannot use it in the non-XL Ultra League, and I think you kind of want to use it there. So for teams, there was like a special graphic from Go Stadium. Other teams with Walrain would be, for example, Walrain in the lead, having the Trevenant as a Say Swap and the Medicham in the back. Basically the same what I said before, where you can use the Sableye instead. Then we have the Drifblim in the lead. We have the Diggersby and the Walrain as a Say Swap in this case, I think. So that should work out pretty well. Another team that I thought that I wanted to use was Walrein lead, having the Venusaur in the back as a closer and the Deoxys defense as a Say Swap, also something you can run. Or also Walrein lead, Altaria in the back, and having the Jellicent as a Say Swap should be fine. Walrein also basically is the cool thing about this, is just like that it's also like an anti-grass Pokemon, which is cool. Here we have Trevenant in the lead. I think that was the first battle that I played with this team. And I was like, okay, yeah, first battle I'm of course getting hard countered. Nothing really I can do here anymore. Like literally the worst possible lead, one of the worst possible Say Swaps. What comes next? Oh man, doesn't look too good, but actually you see how good the Lickitung can be against the Skarmory. You can actually win this matchup sometimes depending on the energy and whatever. And he had to throw there. I can go into my Walrein. Here's the Azo in the back. And I was like, okay, I have to catch the move here. The thing here is my Medicham has literally no play for me. Like, what does it want to do? We have a Ghost type against me and a Fairy type against me. So what I do here, I caught the move. I go for the Psychic, get the defense drop, which doesn't really matter to be honest, and can actually get to the next Ice Punch. My win con here is shielding everything on my Walrein, farming this thing down after I throw the move here, but I think he's gonna shield anyway because he has 2 moves stalled already and get this next shield anyway. And then have energy for the Azo. We're still definitely gonna be able to survive a play rough because we're a pretty bulky boy from the Azo at this range, but it's still gonna be a little bit close. I don't think we got the move in there. Oh, I don't know. I actually don't know. And we can go for the bait here. The bait works. I think the bait wasn't even necessary. I think like in general, like it wasn't really a bait. I think if we went for 2 Icicle Spears, we would have been also able to KO the opponent there and would have been fine. But yeah, here you see how strong this thing actually is. It's like it's so much fun. Like it was so much fun to play this. It's so cool to have good Pokemon again in there. Recently the game was kind of dry, to be honest. You saw that also like in feedback and whatever, like there was not a lot going on. And yeah, right now it's really cool to have something like this. If you're excited like me for the Walrein, leave a like in the video, would help me a lot. And here we have another hard counter with Scrafty. I think this I don't know if this was a loss or not. We actually caught the Power Punch there. We didn't get the move in while he get the counter and the charge move in. Very cool, good game. But this looks tough, like this looks unwinnable, I think. We can go for the move there. I remember this, yeah, this is Double Dark, yeah. Like literally, I cannot do anything against this team. There was nothing I could do there. Like you got the Scrafty out with the, what's it called, the Lickitung, which was, yeah, this is basically the worst thing that you can face. In general, Scrafty in the back for this team is really tough to deal with if you have a bad lead already with the Medicham. Because you cannot really come back from that. Like, what do you really want to do? Scrafty can just farm down the Lickitung, has so much energy afterwards, and then even threaten shield on other Pokemon. Yeah, it's just like, this is like the one problem with the Lickitung as a Say Swap. You are pretty weak against Scrafty, and also not the best against something like Bastiodon. But that's fine. We have Medicham lead. Like, you still didn't really have a good lead, I think, in total. But it is fine. I just hope he goes for Psychic. Yeah, he did. I also go for the Psychic now. Medicham, of course, is bad for my back 9, but what we can do here right now is go for 1 Ice Punch. And this Ice Punch gonna get him pretty low that he has to throw here. And this is either Ice Punch or Power Punch. It's a Power Punch. We're gonna be able to KO him. He goes into Umbreon. I was like a little bit scared what he has in the back, so I'm gonna swap out there. Looks a little bit weird that I swap out from a fighter against a Dark type, but still Snarl and the Dark Pulse of Foul Play is neutral against me, would do a lot of damage, would nearly KO me from that range already. And what I expected here in the back from my opponent might be like something like a Bastiodon, I thought. Because like usually you pair Medicham with Bastiodon, but I was wrong, as you're gonna see soon. My opponent ran for the Walrain as well, in the Shadow version as well. Very close team to my team. I guess you can also run the Umbreon as a safe swap with this team. Still, then you're a little bit weaker against Charm users again. Like you have nothing against, for example, I don't know, Ninetales with Charm, which I actually faced twice. So, and also a thing here, I threw the game, I think. Yeah, I threw the game like crazy. Because you see him here go from the Earthquake, and I was too scared that he swaps into like his Medicham and catches a move, and I should have just, not Medicham, into his Umbreon catches a move, and this kind of loses me the game. So good game to my opponent. This doesn't KO. So yeah, nothing I can do. But 1 HP and the lick comes in clutch. This is like the cool mechanic about one-turn moves. If the opponent is like 1 HP and they want to go for the charge move just in time there, you can still get one lick in and KO him. I don't know how we won this still, but I threw the game nearly by not going for the Earthquake immediately. Even if I went for the Earthquake immediately, I would have been fine even if he caught the move, because then the Umbreon would have been gone, and I still would have survived the Earthquake. Like, that was like such a stupid move on my part in general, but it is fine. Here, we have Medicham against us, totally fine. I think that was, yeah, this was the only lead I think that we won with Bastion here. But we had to align our Pokemon, of course. My opponent goes into Meganium. I was a little bit slow into the switch, and it looked like my opponent got way more quick moves in than he should have been. So I was a little bit scared that I don't get to the next Icicle Spear in time, but we're gonna be able to get to this move. We're gonna be able to KO the opponent, and he just ran us. I kind of wanted to see if I would have got to the Earthquake. I think he would have found me down in time, but I still had my Medicham, so all good. Great swap by my opponent going into the Skarmory, but we can go into our Walrein now, and look at this good boy farming down. We can go for the move. Let's see how much this does. Put him into red health already. It's most like the Brave Bird, I would guess. Yeah. And we can farm up extra. My opponent goes into Umbreon, a lot of Umbreon right now. We can go for the Icicle Spear, gonna do a lot of damage already, and I think 2 already put him at half health. Yep, and so you basically need 4 Icicle Spears to KO one, which is totally fine. Like, it seems like a lot, but Icicle Spear, you get this after 5 and then 4 turns, I think. 4 moves, I think. So it's not really that much, and like, it's such a spammy good move. It is so amazing, honestly. Like, I got a shield there, I'm totally fine with this. My opponent goes into Swampert. I shield here, main reason because Hydro Cannon just does always more than a foul play does against any Pokemon anyway. We get this last shield there, we can go into our Lickitung. At this point the game is over. He can go for 2 moves, it won't KO us or whatsoever. We can go for the Body Slam, and gonna KO the Swampert. The Medicham should still be able to deal with the Umbreon, but I think, yeah, he can go for the charge move here. I think he can farm me down. This doesn't KO and he can farm me down, which was kind of annoying and was like kind of scary, but we get the counter through. That's gonna KO my opponent. Good game to my opponent, and yeah, like what can I say? Like, this thing is amazing. I loved playing with this thing. It was such a nice new thing, like a new Pokemon that destroys everything. It's a little bit too broken, most likely. You're gonna see Walrein like on nearly every team. I might do like a video on the best counters to it or whatever, but yeah. Maybe for Ultra League when it comes around, I made like a poll. Here, by the way, this is the craziest swap by my opponent. Well played there. Like, he caught this on the Sableye, which was a good play on him. It doesn't really matter because we can just go into our Lickitung and lick him down, and he can get us a little bit lower, but we can still get to 1 move with our Lickitung against the Medicham from my opponent. So we're totally fine there. This gonna put him pretty low. We swap out there because I was like, I don't really want to give him a lot of energy. He goes to a Psychic, okay. And at this point, yeah, this game was over because we couldn't go for the Ice Punch there. There was nothing we can do. And now, like, Medicham against my Walrein, or what is about to happen? Like, there's nothing really we can do. Here, by the way, my opponent played the Sableye as a safe swap already with this team as well, and he had also a Walrein in the back. Interesting. I'm gonna try to bait him here. Didn't work out, and now you're gonna see the one time in life where Go Battle Lag was for me. And you see here my opponent must have like a weird view because he went for Earthquake, didn't do much, like basically completely zero bubble that. So yeah, I had some lag there which won us the game. So yeah, I had some lag prior to that already before. It's like always when CDs are happening, the servers are just like so bad. So it's kind of sad to see, but yeah. This is just how it happens. I cannot change anything about this. So my opponent has the Skarmory here. We can go for some body slams with our Lickitung. The Lickitung matchup is actually still kind of crazy. I think he still has to throw. Yeah, he throws here. He's pretty low. What I'm gonna do now is go into my Walrain and farm him all the way down. Like, I'm gonna shield here. He's most likely going to go for a Brave Bird. He goes for the Brave Bird. I can farm all the way down. I have an Icicle Spear loaded. He goes into Maricham, and at this point, this game looks very, very bad for me. Like, I mean, what am I supposed to do? This was like hard counting from start to the end. Like, holy. I mean, he throws here. My only play now is to farm him down. There's no way we can win this, is there? Like, we have some energy stored, but like, it's a fighting type against me, and like, this won't KO. Like, I hope he shields. He doesn't shield, so we need like 2 more moves. Doesn't really look too good. He even has Power Punch. He's just gonna counter me down here, and that's gonna be a good game. So, or is it? We're gonna survive with 1 HP and a Dream, and Walrain is just way too broken. Thanks all for watching. I hope you have a great community day. Try to get one, and see you in the next video.